Okay, cool. Hey guys, good to see you all. Welcome to CSSconf EU 2014. So good to see you guys. You can see this is the, if anyone, who's here, one more time, who was here last year? Nice, good showing. So yeah, it's just like carrying on tradition. So I'm going to start just by saying they have a whole new design. Oh jeez, I'm sorry. That's embarrassing. CSS is not really my forte. I'm just going to have to go into developer tools, go to the Z index and 2 and refresh the browser. Yes, there it is. Welcome to CSSconf EU. Z index is 2. You might be familiar with this conference from such other conferences as CSSconf, which took place for the first time last year also in America. And then it just spun off into CSSconf EU. And now it's actually become an even bigger thing. Now we have CSSconf AU in Australia. Are you guys here, the CSSconf EU guys? Nice, so they're over there. So yeah, it's just like JSConf has become, now it's like all over the world, CSSconf is too, which is really neat. Although I gotta admit, I hate to call you guys out, but I don't think it's that hard to start a CSSconf AU. I mean, basically all you have to do is just take CSSconf EU and then apply a CSS transform rotating 180 degrees, turn the E around. It's pretty easy, so whatever, guys. And who knows where it's gonna go from here, you know? Maybe right next door in France we'll have BriSSconf, and maybe, I don't know, it'll inspire like Switzerland to have like Paul CleSSconf, and then maybe Italy would have its ItalySSconf. I don't know. But anyway, it's turning into like a thing that happens all over the place, which is really, really cool. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about here, back in Berlin, on the river Spree. So maybe it's like SpreeSSconf. This river, so we've moved. If you were here last year, we were up, I guess, in Prenzlauer Berg on Invalidenstrasse in a beautiful old building. And now we're down here. We're towards the south part of town, right on this beautiful river, which you can actually see. It's right there. It's really easy to find if you guys already know CSS, because the river, you just got to find, use a selector, you find it's a span Dow, and it's between that and the Berlin. So it's pretty easy to find, and it's here in this beautiful venue, the Radialsystem 5, I believe, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It used to be an old waterworks, which is probably very useful for those of you interested in fluid layouts. But otherwise, I don't know much about the venue otherwise, other than that it's beautiful. I'm pretty sure Radialsystem 5 is, I checked the map, and it checks out that it's actually, I think it's a border radius of 5. So, beautiful venue right here in the middle of Berlin, literally the middle of Berlin. It's called Mitte, which I believe in German is middle in English. And you know, you can tell they did a good job with it because you know how hard this is. That is not easy, but Mitte nailed that. So that'll be a good place to learn about stuff like that. Also, we're next to Kreuzberg, and I'm pretty sure that as Google, Kreuzberg means cross-browser. So I think that'll be instructive for us. And it's, you know, it's beautiful, our town. You got the Fernstrom, the TV tower, you know, you got the Brandenburg Gate right here. You know, you got the Berlin Wall. This is, I guess, Potsdamer Platz. There's not much of the Berlin Wall left, as you know. I made a very, you know, kind of glib joke last year, you know, it was like the border collapse. I've since studied a little bit more up, and it turns out it was more of a cursor east-west resize. But there's a lot of history there, and you can actually see, I guess, the remaining parts of it if you guys are, you know, going back town. Right here at Checkbox Charlie, which I'm sure you're familiar with. I'm sure, so another great reason to be here, you guys, I'm sure, do front-end work. You know, you probably have designed at some point an app like this, and you had this giant hamburger button in your menu bar. Well, it turns out they have a giant hamburger street. And I'm sure you guys deal with like max width and max height and stuff. Well, guess what? They have a max beer street. A lot of history in that kind of department here. I'm sure you guys have, you deal with tags all day. I'm sure you know that invented right here in Berlin was the Reichstag, embedded in which you'll find of course, the Bundestag. Anyway, enough about that. So we have this is actually like a really, really solid lineup that I'm really excited about. And so I just want to give you an overview of how this is going to work. It's pretty easy. So this is obviously available on the website and it's responsive. Check it on your phone. And then the idea is that we'll have breaks in between. So basically 3 talks and a break, more or less. During the breaks, just one thing to ask is there's actually a beverage. There's a fridge over there and a fridge over there. If you could actually only use those during the break, so that it's not loud for folks speaking. But otherwise, that's how that's going to work. So we have coffee break, lunch, coffee break, then a longer coffee break with snacks, and then closing remarks and then the party. If you guys know about the Wi-Fi, I don't know if you guys heard about the Wi-Fi. There's the CSS ID and the password. Also, I've been asked if you guys want to know about the Bi-Fi. That is a German sausage snack. It's totally, just completely unrelated. Another cool thing about this conference is that its hashtag is also a valid CSS selector. So if you want to use the hashtag, please go ahead and use that if you want to mention CSSconf EU on the internets. Another thing I need to let you know is actually we're going to be taking a mood video, I guess, which is kind of just a capture of the mood. So we're actually going to be filming, and by German law, I think we actually have to tell you that you may be filmed. So just so you know, there's going to be people with cameras, super chill, it's a 2-man crew, and you might see them around. Also, other German laws that at least I know about, I think we have to tell you that we might serve cookies. I don't know what that's about, but apparently we need to tell you that. Also, in terms of other esoteric German laws, if you guys are going to make any beer here, just please follow the Reinheitsgebot because we don't want to get into any trouble. But otherwise, that's it. The whole point is to have fun and learn about CSS and to just enjoy each other's company. So I think we should do this. And so let's kick it off. This is going to be our first talk is going to be a lot of fun. And so when I get Matthias Bainens, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's in from Belgium. I met this guy when I was doing 140 bytes JavaScript code golfing. And this guy was like a total code golf wizard. And it turns out it's not just JavaScript, it's CSS. He knows a ton about all of these deep and dark corners of front-end web development. So he's going to share a few of them with us, I think 3.14 of them. So please help me welcome Matthias Bainens.